Hello. So good evening. This is, I guess, like a week 11 session, and I guess only one more session is yet to uh, come, and that's the end of phase two, I guess. So you'll all be writing the gate exam during the next month, I guess. So let me present my screen, and then let's go on to the problems. The question goes something like this: the input for sync 2T is fed to a Sorry, there was a connection problem. Let me present my screen again. Okay. Okay. So this is the question. So they are saying that for sync 2T is being what Yeah. So this is the question. Yeah. So I'll continue the solution. So we have the input to be x of t is equal to 4 sinc 2t, and h of t is equal, yeah, h of t is equal to 1 by pi t, right? So they are asking what, in order to find compute the energy of the signal y of t, we need to compute what is y of t. So we know that y of t is equal to x of t convolved with h of t, since this is the signal and this is a system through which the signal is passed, and the output is the given by y of t. So by taking Fourier transform, we have y of f is equal to x of f into h of f. So we know that the Fourier transform of a Hilbert transform is minus j signum function of signum function, that is in the frequency domain, right? And that we need to find what is the Fourier transform of the input signal 4 sinc 2t. So I've already told you that sine 80 by pi t, its Fourier transform is given by minus a to a in the omega domain with amplitude 1, which is ranging from minus a to a in the omega domain. So if this is x of t, and this is given by x of omega. Okay. So now what they have given is 4 sin 2t. So which is 4 sine 2 pi t divided by, so from the expression here, yeah. So it will be, so here we will compare with sinc x is equal to sine pi x divided by pi x. So here the x is nothing but 2t. So 5 into 2t divided by pi into 2t. This is what we have. So when you compare the standard expression which I have already talked about and the Fourier transform which I have got here, let's still simplify this. So what we get is 2 sine 2 pi t divided by pi t. So now you can clearly compare what is a here. A is 2 pi. So sine 2 pi t divided by pi t gives you minus 2 pi to 2 pi in the omega domain with amplitude 1. Right, this is x of omega. Let us see. We have sine 2 pi t divided by pi t just by amplitude addition. So when you take Fourier transform, you get the amplitude to be 2, and again it is ranging from minus 2 pi to 2 pi. Okay, so but you have to compute in the frequency domain. So what you should do is you should scale the x-axis by 2 pi. So you get 1 to minus 1, sorry, minus 1 to 1 with amplitude 2. So this is what is x of f. Now that we got x of f and we have h of f, right? So y of f can be easily computed by multiplying x of f and h of f, right? By Parseval's theorem, the energy of the signal is given by whole square dt is equal to minus infinity to infinity mod of y of f the whole square df, right? So you have this, and you have signum function, that is minus j when f is greater than 0 and j when f is less than 0. And if you multiply h of f with x of f, what you get is like this, minus 2j 1 and 2j minus 1. So what is that you are getting? It is from minus 1 to 0 mod of 2j the whole, like mod of 2j square df, plus you should basically calculate the area here, right? So 0 to 1, what is this magnitude of the amplitude minus 2j the whole square df. So when you do this, what you are getting? 4. What is 2j square? Like if you take the magnitude, you will be getting 4 because the 2 gets squared. And it is from minus 1 to 0 df plus again 4, since minus j its magnitude is 1 only. So 0 to 1 df. So 4 into 1 plus 4 into 1, which is equal to 8. So answer should be 8. You understood this question? Sorry, Amrita, I kept you waiting. I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, so this is the solution. Okay, just I'll glance at once. So what we have is the input 4 sync 2t, and what we have is the Hilbert transform. We know that the Hilbert transform expression is given by 1 by pi t, and also its Fourier transform is something like minus j signum function of f. Signum function is nothing but equal to 1 when f is greater than or equal to 0, minus 1 when f is less than 0. This is what is the expression of signum function. Right. So minus j means you should just multiply by minus j. So minus j signum function of f is given by minus j f is greater than or equal to 0, j when f is less than 0. And x of t is equal to 4 sync. Now you have the Fourier transform of h of t. We need to compute the Fourier transform of x of t. Why? Because by Parseval's theorem, this is equal to this. We know that in time domain, convolution between 1 by pi t and 4 sync 2t is very difficult. It's very complex. So we need to convert them into Fourier transform, into the transform domain, and then by using convolution theorem, we can easily multiply x of f and h of f and compute what is y of f and then compute its energy. That likewise it's easier. So h of f we computed. X of f is nothing but we have a standard expression which I've already told you. Like this type of expression in time domain, if you take the Fourier transform of it, you get like this. But this is in omega domain. You can convert it to frequency domain by just scaling the x-axis by 2 pi. Right. So this is how you can write it, and I've just written the expansion of sync x and then compared with the standard expression which I proved, and then finally I'm having x of f something like this. So y of f is now equal to x of f into h of f. So how will you multiply? Multiplication is from minus 1 to 0 because after minus 1 there is nothing, like there's no signal here in x of f, and after 1 there's no signal. So whatever signal spectrum which you are getting, sorry, whatever spectrum you are getting, it is from minus 1 to 1 and frequency from minus 1 hertz to 1 hertz. So if you multiply, you get something like this, and then if you proceed on with the Parseval's theorem by using the same formula where from minus 1 to 0 you have the amplitude as 2j, and from 0 to 1 you have the amplitude minus 2j, you get something like calculation based like this, and finally you get the answer to be minus 8. Got it? Can I get an approval? Sorry, can I get an acknowledgement? Like, is it clear? Swati, Bunty, Hari Prasad, Kothari, Kushbu, Sairam, Amruta. Amruta, is it understandable by you? I think I kept you waiting. So,
Hello.
what? Yes, yes,
Uh, Good evening, ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am, I'm actually from NPTEL, ma'am. I'm not a student. I'm
Okay,
here
okay,
to monitor the session.
okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Uh, right. So, there is no doubts from any of you guys. So, let me take another question. So, today we are going to solve 4 questions based on signals and systems only. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So, next question is like this. So, x of k is given by k plus 1, then 0 is less than or equal to k, less than or equal to 7. Be a 8-point DFT of a sequence x of n, where x of k is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to n minus 1, x of n e bar minus j 2 pi nk by m. So what is the value of n is equal to 0 to 3 x of 2n is equal to? Try approaching this problem. So x of n, we have the DFT sequence to be x of k is equal to k plus 1 for the given range 0 less than or equal to k less than or equal to 7. It is a 8-point DFT. It is clear from the sequence sample which was given in the question. So we have the standard DFT formula here. What they are asking is, what is the value of sigma n is equal to 0 to 3 x of 2n? Try for 2 to 3 minutes. Let me like try it and let me know if you get any answer. I'll solve this in 2 minutes. I want you guys to have an idea how to approach this problem because I'm not very comfortable in directly solving the questions without you guys. At least you should try some part of this question. Try to use whatever properties which you know, like scaling or energy theorem. Think it is a fixed sample. So yeah. So try something which gives you an idea of how this question can be approached. This is kind of a algebraic problem because you need to like let me write it like this. So what you have here is an even sequence, right? What you have here is even sequence. So how can you write this? X of 0 plus x of 2 plus x of 4 plus x of 6. There is something interesting hiding in here. Okay, you need to compute what is the value of this. Also, we know a very famous area property. What is area property? This going from n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n, which is equal to x of 0. So here n is equal to 8. 8-point DFT. This area property is nothing but you should put k is equal to 0 in the formula which is given here. Okay. So see how to use this. So how will you expand this? X of 0 plus x of 1 plus x of 2 plus up to x of 7 is equal to, in the DFT, like in the transform, you need to put k is equal to 0, right? So the point to be equal to 0. At k equal to 0, you need to compute what the amplitude is. That is the value of total sequence x of 0 to x of 7. So you need to perform some interesting operations such that these odd samples are cut out. Okay, and what you get is only the even samples, from where you can easily identify what is the sum of the even samples in the given signal. Did I get any answer from you guys? Oops, sorry. If I'm not able to, like, if I'm not seeing your text or chat, you can just unmute your mic and tell me that you have not followed something or you have missed last part of the question. Is it clear, Hari Prasad? Just okay. So try this question. I've given you a part of hint. Only one place where you need to, only one place you need to use your concept. So let me briefly write this also. So this is x of k is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to 7 x of 0 e power minus j 2 pi n k by n. So n here is 8. So this is one of the example. The sum of whole sequences, like from x of 0 to x of 7, the area property. According to area property, the sum of all the samples is equal to x of 0. Now, you need to knock out the odd samples in order to get the sum of the even samples. For that, you should use this expression. How will you use it? Anyone? Any guesses? Any guess on how to just get out the even samples and knock out the odd samples? I think nobody has solved this. Any final answers? Hello. Am I audible? Can I proceed on solving it? Has anyone got any idea? Hello. Can I get an acknowledgement? Like, am I audible? Yeah, like I need some acknowledgement from you guys. Yeah, so I can proceed on. Text freely in the chat. It's okay. Like it's okay. So one thing which you can notice is if you put x of 4 here, okay, 0 to 7, x of, sorry, this should be n. X of n, you have 2 pi n 4 by 8. So this and this gets cancelled. So what you have is n is equal to 0 to 7, x of n e power minus j pi n. So which is equal to n is equal to 0, x of n e power minus 1 power n. Right. If you expand this, very interestingly, you get x of 0 minus x of 1 plus x of 2 minus x of 3 plus x of 4 minus x of 5 plus x of 6 minus x of 7. Right. So you have second expression and the first expression. Now add it. You can see the odd samples are getting knocked out. So what you have is 2i's of x of 0 plus x of 2 plus up to x of 6, which is equal to x of 0 plus x of 4. So this 2 comes down there. So what you have is x of 0 plus x of 2 plus up to x of 6 is equal to x of 0 plus x of 4 by 2. So what is x of 0? 1. What is x of 4? 5 divided by 2? 3. The answer should be 3. Easy. Shall we go on to the next question? Is it clear up to this? It's a very small point which you can use. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. It's like this. Okay. We have two causal discrete time signal x of n and y of n such that y of n is equal to m is equal to 0 to n x of m. So z transform of y of n is given by 2 by z into z minus 1 the whole square. What is the value of x of 2? Try solving this. If you get y of n, I guess it's very easy. Sorry, you have y of z. You have one property in this. Like this is some property which you should use. This is called the accumulation. So there's the accumulation property in Z transform, right? You can use that. I will also write the property for you guys to be very fast in your calculation. Property should be kept in mind. You can either create a sheet and see it or glance at it, like at most you can, because properties are very important. You can't skip it in signals and systems at all. Somewhere it will be there. Z of Z transform, if you take, you get x of z divided by 1 minus z inverse. So what you have is y of z is equal to x of z divided by 1 minus z inverse. So what is y of z which you have? 2 by z, right? Z, z minus 1 the whole square. So x of z is equal to 1 minus z inverse. So what you have here is, when you solve this, you'll be getting x of z is equal to 2z power minus 3 divided by 1 minus z inverse. They have clearly told that x of n and y of n are causal sequence. So which means 1 minus, like z is equal to 1 is the pole, right? So mod z should be greater than 1 in order for the sequence to be causal, right? So u of n will be giving the z transform to be 1 by 1 minus z inverse. What is the time shifting property? Say x of n gives x of z. What is x of n minus n naught giving? Z power minus n naught x of z. So you have u of n minus 3 into 2. It's z transform, because when you shift by 3 samples, you get z power minus 3 divided by 1 minus z inverse. For that, you need to add a 2. This is equal to x of z, and you have got x of n. What you want, you have got. Okay, this is confusing. Let us have it as x dash x dash. Okay, by time shifting, just to explain you how the time shifting property works. So now you have x of n. Anyone answer first? I'll solve till this. Uh, is it clear? Okay, any other person other than Hari Prasad who can, Swati, Bunty, what happened? What is the answer for this? 2. You got the same expression for x of n. See, you put x of 2, what you will be getting? 2 into u of 2 minus 3, which is equal to 2 into u of 2 minus 3, which should be 0, because u of minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, is it clear? Bunty, Swati, Saya. Yeah, good. Zero is the answer. Swati, are you convinced with how zero is coming? Okay. Bunty, are you there? Yeah. Okay. I don't think Bunty is there. Okay. So, next question. Next question is going like this. This is kind of a probability question. So you have x is belonging to the set 0, comma 1. Similarly, y is belonging to the set 0, 0, comma 1. So what they say is x and y are binary independent random variables. They say p of x is equal to 0 is equal to p, like probability of the random variable x to be taking the value 0 is equal to p. Similarly, the probability that y is taking the value 0 is equal to q. They are asking what is the probability that x plus y is greater than or equal to 1. Sorry, I'm sorry. The question should be like this. X plus y is greater than or equal to 1 is equal to question mark. Write out the possibilities. It's very easy to solve. Try solving this. See, note down independent random variables. That is the first point you should see. So what is independent random try this for. Basically, if you have two much A and B, and if you take the intersection between two variables, it will be the product. So you can do this in two ways. One by directly writing out the possibilities where x plus y is taking the values greater than or equal to 1. Or you can see for whether x and y is taking the value less than 1 and then negate it out from the total probability 1. There are two ways which you can try. You should not take much time for this because it's quite easy. 3, 4. No, no, no. I have given you the probabilities to be P and Q. So it should be a variable. It's not 3 by 4. It should be the answer should be. Okay, I'll give you the options also. I'm sorry I forgot to give you options. PQ plus 1 minus P into 1 minus Q. B, PQ. C, P into 1 minus Q. D, 1 minus PQ. Just point out the options. That's enough. Okay, super. Super, super. I can see a lot of answers. Good. So what do you have is P of, what are the possibilities? 0, 0 gives you x plus y to be 0, 0, 1 to be 1, 1, 0 to be 1, 1, 1 to be equal to 2. So these are the three probabilities, like these are the three possibilities of x plus y be getting the values 1 and 2. Either we can do like this by writing it out, x plus y is greater than or equal to 1 is equal to p of x is equal to 0 into p of x is equal to 1, since they are independent events. Sorry, y is equal to 1 plus x is equal to 1 into p of y is equal to 0 plus p of x is equal to 0, sorry, 1 into p of y is equal to 1. So you have three possibilities of getting the values. So what is p of x is equal to 0? It is equal to p. So how will you write p of x is equal to 1? The probability of it only takes two values. So one value, it takes the probability of p. So what is the other value? With what probability it can take? 1 minus p. Similarly, probability of y is equal to 1 is equal to 1 minus q. Since it takes only two values, one value's probability they have given. So what is the other probability we should compute? Right? So you can write it like p into 1 minus q plus 1 minus p into it's 1 minus p into 1 minus q. If you solve this, you get minus pq. The other way is like p of x plus y is greater than or equal to 1 is equal to 1 minus the possibility of x plus y less than 1. So how will you do this? Since they are independent events, x can take the value 0, y can take the value 0. So x is equal to 0 and so p of y is equal to 0 since they are independent event pq. Right. Okay. Let's go to the how I told this answer. I guess it's clear with everyone. Okay. One small simple question. Okay. I don't know if I can give time for you guys to solve, but let me write it out. Alpha x of x, alpha of s, s of t will be for t. The Laplace transform x of is given by x of s, which is 16 by s square minus 16. For minus 4 less than real part of s less than 4. What is the value of? Very simple. You can try it out. Very, very easy. The things to remember are that will also I will write. You need to compute the answer fast. E power minus at u of t, its Laplace transform is 1 by s plus a with real part of s to be greater than a. Similarly, e power at u of minus t gives you a transform of minus 1 by s minus a. I think real part of s is less than a. Okay, when you okay. So here real part of s is minus a, and here the real part of s is real part is a. Here the real part is minus a. So you have minus a here and a here. Right? When you like add it by using linear property, if you do it, then the intersection of the ROCs, intersection of the convergence area will be the answer. Right, now put in alpha beta e power minus 4t u of t plus beta e power 4t u of minus t. Take the Laplace transform of the same. X of s is equal to alpha beta divided by s plus 4 minus beta divided by s minus 4, with minus 4 less than real part of s less than 4. Because when you use linear property, the intersection of these two, here a is 4, so you have minus 4, and here 4. So when you see the region, it goes from minus 4, and if you see this region, it's going in this way. So what is this area? Minus 4 to 4. Right. So we have identified all this. You will get something like this. Alpha beta s minus alpha beta 4 minus beta s minus 4 beta divided by s square minus 16, which is equal to 16 by s square minus 16. This gets cancelled. We have now take out the terms. What is the coefficient of s? Alpha beta minus beta into s minus alpha beta 4 minus 4 beta is equal to 16. So you have the coefficient of s to be 0. Right. So we have alpha beta is equal to beta. So alpha is equal to 1. What are they are asking what is the value of beta? So go here, minus alpha beta 4 minus 4 beta is equal to 16. So you have alpha beta minus beta is equal to, sorry. So this minus, right, equal to 4. So you have these two as equal to 4, beta is equal to minus 2. How are you doing this? The initial step is like you should be thorough with the Laplace transform pair. So e power minus at u of the Laplace transform gives you 1 by s plus a, and the real part of s to be a. Sorry, goes alpha t u of t. So this is the real part, and usually comes at the exponential. That is called the decay factor, and it will be defined like this: e power minus at u of t. You have this to be the decay factor, and hence real part of s is greater than minus a. Similarly, here due to this transform, you get real part of s to be less than a, and also this, like, the general pair will be like e power at u of minus t. Its Fourier transform is 1 by s minus a. Real part of s is less than a, something like this. I have taken the minus to the other side, right? So we have h of t to be the following expression, and you Laplace transform and substitute the value of a to be 4 and proceed on with the simplification. The answer is already given, 16 by s square minus 16. So now your task is to compare both LHS and RHS and find the values of beta and alpha. You got alpha by making the coefficient of s to be 0. So what you got is alpha to be 1. And here the value of the constant is to be 16. So minus alpha beta, 4 alpha beta minus 4 beta is equal to, just comparing right hand side and left hand side, you have got something like this, and you have put alpha to be 1. So ultimately beta to be. Hello. So if there are no other questions, okay, is it clear? Like, am I audible now? Is my audio clear? I will once repeat the answer which I have written. Okay. So the thing is, the question is going like this. Given x of t, the expression to be alpha into x of t plus x of minus t. S of t is defined something like this: beta into e power minus 40 into u of t. They have given x of t's Laplace transform to be 16 by s square minus 16 with the ROC to be given like this. They are asking what is the value of beta. That is what the question is. So from the general Laplace transform class, I have written the where beta minus 80 u of t, its Laplace transform is 1 by s plus a, whose real part of s, region of convergence is given by this. Real part of s is greater than a. Similarly, e power 80 u of minus t, its Laplace transform is minus 1 by s plus s minus a, and its real part of s is less than a. So by comparing these two transforms, these two transform pairs with the expression that is given in the question, we get s of t to be e power minus 40 e of t. So in substitute the value of a to be 4 and real part of s is greater than minus 4. Sorry, 4. Yeah, this should be minus 1 second. So let me erase it. Real part of s should be greater than minus. So when you do this, you have minus a to be minus 4. So you get real part of s to be greater than minus 4 for the first expression, e power minus 40. E power 40 u of minus t gives you real part of s is less than 4. So when you do the simplification, you substitute and do the simplification, you get something like this: alpha beta s minus alpha beta 4 minus beta s minus 4 beta, which is equal to 16. So when you compare the coefficient of s and the constant with the given constant in the right hand side, uh, you have alpha beta minus beta to be equal to 0. Similarly, the constant terms is equated, means like 4 alpha beta minus 4 alpha beta minus 4 beta is equal to 16. So when you substitute alpha to be 1 equal in the constant term equation, you'll be getting the value of beta to be minus 2. This is how the question is solved. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, these are the questions which I have planned for today's class. If no other doubts, yes, you're free to leave the class. We'll meet on next Monday at 6 p.m. Thank you for joining the class. You'll get the access to the recording and the website where you joined itself.